Okay, let's make some bread. Everybody can have the yummy bread every day. Just takes time. It's not hard. You will need a scale. $20 somewhere. It's worth it because you'll see. It's worth it. All right, put your bowl on the scale. Make sure it's at 0. And then you take your starter. It's been in the fridge, stir it up a bit. My starter is kind of thick, but sometimes it's runny. I don't think it matters. Anyway, you want 200 grams of this. Oh, not ounces, grams. Oh, ounces, grams, okay. Now I gotta start over because I gotta start from 0. Put back in the bowl. 0 grams, yes. Okay, now 200 of your starter. Ooh, almost 196. Let's see, this should be it. All right, the reason you want starter and not commercial yeast is starter is made from the yeast that just exists naturally in the air. It's basically flour and water and time, and over time the yeast that's in the air will start to eat the flour, and I don't really know how it works. It works. But this is what will make the bread rise, and we are making whole wheat bread, and whole wheat has all of the bran and the fiber and the nutrients still on it. It hasn't been stripped away, processed away into white flour. So it's heavier. It's heavier because it's more nutrient dense and more bioavailable. Your body can access these nutrients. But that takes time because it's heavy. And it takes time for the yeast to sort of like and if you were to use a commercial sprinkled dry yeast, it would just be like a bad date, man. It would just like go too fast and then disappear. So you want slow time. And that also makes it taste yummier because it just digests everything. It's better. Yeah, so use real sourdough starter and use whole wheat flour. Your body will thank you. All right, so you got the starter, and we need to replenish this. Look, there's barely any left. So you just feed it. In the old days, bakers, or I guess anybody who bakes every single day, would just take a pinch of their dough and save it for the next time because that already had the yeast in it. But nobody bakes every day except bakers. We're not bakers, we're just bread eaters. All right, refeed, stir it up. And when you first make your starter, it'll be on the counter at room temperature. But then after it's made and you're baking once a week, sometimes I bake every other week, not every week. But anyway, you'll keep it in the refrigerator because that slows down the yeast. It doesn't kill them, but it puts them into slow down mode, hibernation maybe. And then you can just use it every week and refeed it. And if you don't bake often enough, then just take some out and make pancakes, or like throw it against the wall and then clean it up later. But like the point is you need to feed it occasionally so it doesn't die. And if you feed it, it'll last forever. I've heard of like 100-year-old starters. I'm sure you have too. All right, and then goes back in the fridge. But to this 200 grams of starter, put the scale back to 0. And add 200. Someone just got a package. And you add 200 grams of flour. And this is where the scale comes in handy, because if you have weight, it's accurate. But if you like put it into a cup, the flour into a cup, it could be like compacted, and then you end up with a more dense, too much flour and your bread gets really dense, or not enough. And there's already enough variables, like with humidity and how thick or runny your starter is. And the more control you can have, the more precision and pleasure. So I'm not trying to sell you a scale, I'm just trying to make your life easier. All right, 200 grams of flour. And that's pretty fun. You can't do this with a cup. So gratifying. All right, and then you're gonna add 200 more or less grams of water. And this is where you need to get familiar. This will get easier with time. You'll get to know what a good texture is like. But in the beginning, just follow the grams and you'll figure it out. This is so much fun. Then you mix it together. And there's no salt in here yet. That comes later. The salt will stop the yeast from growing, so that's why you add it later. Also, because it would taste gross without salt. You need salt. You also don't need sugar. That's a myth, where you add like sugar water to yeast. You don't need that. Just the yeast will be happy to eat this flour. All right, you mix it up. This is so easy. So much fun. It's so easy. And then all you need is time. This is a little bit too much water. It's going to be sticky, but that's okay, because we can adjust later. You'll see. This is basically called the jump starter, and its job is to grow and grow and grow and grow, and then we'll add even more flour to it and seasonings and nuts, and then it gets really good. But for now, you just need time, like a lot of time. Like, it needs to rest and do its thing for like 8 to 12 hours. So it's daytime now, so this means I'll have an evening bread. But you could also start it in the evening and let it sit overnight and then have like a late morning bread. But this is so flexible. You could also at any point go, man, I don't want to deal with this, and put it in the refrigerator and it'll hibernate, and then you can pick it back up. It's a very, very flexible process. Anyway, now you rest and you cover it up, sing it a lullaby. You cover it up so it doesn't dry out, and then go live your life. Come back here in 8 to 12 hours. All right, so it's not daytime anymore. It's the same day, but dark. And the dough, the super, what's it called? The jump starter has been sitting a long time, between 8 and 12 hours. So now it's ready for the next step. Oh, yum. Which is to add more flour. Hola. Add more flour. You're gonna add 400 grams of flour. Use the scale. Make sure it's on grams, and then put the bowl with the jump starter in there, and then push it again so it hits 0. Otherwise you're gonna have to do math. And it's easier if you start from 0, because then you can just see 400. A lot. It's going to be a good loaf, a big loaf. It lasts like 3 days. So if you can't eat that much, you should share it. Because there are no preservatives in it, so it won't stay longer than 3 days. But that's okay. It's fresh. All right. Now 200-ish grams of water. I don't add it all at once because you can't unadd water. I just added too much water. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it'll be okay. Yeah, you know, remember how I said that my starter was sort of not runny, what's it called? Like more solid than runny? That affected this. Because if the sourdough starter, remember when I had that bowl, the, I'm tired, I'm sorry, it's late. That glass that I added the starter to in the beginning, and I said it's thick, sometimes it's runny. Well, because it was thick and not as runny, this needs more hydration. So to me, that's a really good reason to have at least certainty that the amount of flour is correct, because you're using a scale. Because there's enough like tweaking that you need to do with the water situation. Oh, and you'll see in a minute why the scale is super important when it gets to adding the nuts. All right, so now this is adding more water, but I'm sorry, I don't really have a measurement. This might not be a beginner, easy, friendly thing. Basically, add it until you've used up the flour. And it becomes one ball. And there's still flour in here. Can you see it? There's still like that. You don't want that. Maybe a little more, but not too much. You don't want to go crazy. I hope this is not frustrating if you're trying to redo it. Oh, this is good. This is getting together. All right, and here's the very cool thing about this recipe is you don't need to like get a space and put flour on it and like get it all messy. Like the whole mess stays in this bowl. It's actually really fun because you get to use your hands. And the secret to this, you don't have to knead it very much, but you have to handle it a few times. And the secret to not making it stick everywhere is getting your hands wet with water and then handling the dough. I don't know about you, but I find that really gratifying. Yeah, this dough, I added a little bit too much water, but that's okay. It's still holding its shape, and it'll be okay. All right, so now we have this. We have the jump starter that rested, and now we added a lot of flour and water to it. And now it's going to rest some more for one. I added too much water. That's okay. It's okay. We're gonna let it rest for an hour, and then we get to do more stuff to it. See, it's not a lot of work, it's just a lot of time. Go live your life. All right, it's been an hour, and it's late. So I'm just gonna do one more thing and then put it in the fridge to bed, and I'm gonna go to bed. But I'm gonna first add salt to it so it stops growing, because if it keeps growing and growing, it's no good, it won't rise. So you gotta stop that nonsense. I'm gonna add salt and whatever nuts and seeds I found. I'm gonna add that too. And that's why the scale is good, because you can just throw whatever shit you want in there and it'll be fine. And if you had to measure it, it would be hard. Because, you know, a cup of pistachios is different than a cup of walnuts. But if you have it in grams, it's all fine. Did that make sense? I don't think that did. That's okay. It's okay. We're all friends here. All right. Since this is such a big loaf, we're going to add 14 grams of salt. If it were smaller, you'd add less. There's definitely a little too much water, but that's okay. It'll survive. All right, to add the salt and to integrate it, get your hands wet. Just kind of poke and fold. Oh, this is actually not too wet. It's fine. It's all good. Fold it in, and if your fingers get sticky, just add some more water to it. But oh, if you start to see like the dough getting kind of milky, be careful, because that means you're about to overhydrate it, and then the structure will break apart a little bit. But if you can go like up to that point and not surpass it, that's good. All right, so we have the salt in there. I'm gonna add hemp seeds. This is plant-based protein. Wow, did you hear anything I said, or was that all crinkled? I'm gonna add hemp seeds because that's a good plant-based protein. Oh, I guess I'm gonna add that much. So you're gonna add like 200 total of seeds and nuts and whatever. And I just kind of, just do whatever, but don't go past 200. That was pistachios. These are almonds. But really just what you have, and if I only had one thing, it would be all that one thing. Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, 200 more or less. Just kind of, your hands will learn how to do this if you keep doing it. But I guess what I'm doing is I'm lifting it up and folding it over and then turning the bowl. Put your hand under it, fold it over, and I'm pushing my fingers into it because it's fun, but also because it puts the seeds and nuts into deeper layers so not everything is on top. So lift it up, fold it over, and don't be gentle. It doesn't like that. The more you work it, the more structure you'll get. It's good. Bread likes to be worked, but don't overwork it, but don't underwork it. Just work it. Oh, I wish I could stay up late and finish this. This is gonna be so good, but I can't. It's already like 11:21 and I'm tired. So I'm gonna finish mixing it and put it to bed and then finish in the morning. Yeah, it's getting sticky. But isn't that fun that you don't have to like put all this flour on your table? You can just do it in here. And the only thing that gets messy is your hands, but hands like to get messy. Look how beautiful. Yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, so this is kind of shaggy. That's okay. It's gonna get smoother over tomorrow as we work it. All right, since I'm putting it in the refrigerator, I'm actually gonna put some saran wrap there because I don't want it to get dried out. I'm gonna cover it. Okay. Night night. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Oh, so it's going in the refrigerator. and I'm going to my bed. Good morning. How did you sleep? How did you sleep? Oh yeah, first coffee. It's been in the fridge all night. It's not going to be ready to play yet. It's going to be contracted, cold. So we're going to let it wake up. Yep. Oh, even the, oh, what's alive. It's alive. All right, I am not allowed to touch it yet. It has to warm up a bit. So I'm gonna go sing to a cat. All right, cat has been fed and sung to. It's still chilled. I mean, it was gone an hour, but it's ready. Yes. It's ready. Now we're gonna fold it. It's really similar to how we last night folded in the nuts and seeds and all that. I'm crooked. Okay. Anyway, similar. Under. And these are going to help you get those bubbles, I guess. Structure. I mean, the yeast are making the bubbles, but it's actually surprising how not dense this is, considering it's just only whole wheat. I mean, it's not going to be like sourdough bread with the huge holes, because that's made with white flour that has everything stripped away from it. That's why it's light and airy. But this is surprisingly, I wouldn't go so far as to call it airy, but it's not dense. Okay, so you're gonna do this, I don't know, like 5 times maybe? Just push it down, fold it over. You could take it out and do it on a surface, which is probably easier in the short run, but not as much fun in the long run, because then you have to clean that up. I just like doing it in a bowl. So if you have a bowl that's big enough, that's my recommendation. How many times is that? I don't know, let's do it one more time. Board, so this is probably good. Kind of fold it into a ball like that. It's probably better if you clean this, but all right, now you're gonna let it rest again for half an hour. And then come back and we're gonna do this 3 times more. So now you have half an hour to, I don't know, water some plants. You could probably do like 3 or 4 sketches. Oh, you could drink some more coffee. All right, so we got a good news, bad news situation going on here. The bad news is the timer went off and I didn't do anything. I just kept kept on reading. And so now that means I've missed one of the folding steps, which, you know, I told you we're going to do it 3 times. And we missed one. But it's also kind of the good news because this bread is flexible. You already saw I had my starter was too thick. I added too much water. Had to go to bed, put it in the fridge, and now I accidentally skipped a step. So I think that's good news because it means that this bread is not demanding. It fits into your life. All right, I haven't looked at it yet. Let's look at it. It smells good. Yay, hi. All right, we're gonna do one more fold. I mean, it's not really kneading. I guess it is, but it's not that hard. It's just folding, folding, folding. One more, and then after that, we'll put it in the, for the final fold. It won't go back in the bowl, but it will go into baking pans. Oh my God, this is so much fun. Yeah. Smush it down. Some people treat it like an envelope where they like mash it flat, and then just fold out the corners. I think they're folding an envelope. You could do that too. This is all gluten. It's all the protein making it all. That's the scientific term for that. All right, I'm going to stop here because, yeah, why not? It's enough. And I'm also sensing that it's asking for a break because it's not getting into the form as easily. So it will have a break for half an hour. And this time I will respect the timer. Yeah, and then when we come back, we'll need bread pans. So get 2 because, and you can also use either parchment paper. I have this, it's silicone. It's basically parchment paper, but you can just use it again and again. It's less wasteful. I like it. It's not expensive, and I've had it for like 4 years. But anyway, you do need something to keep it from sticking to the pan. And the reason you have 2 pans is because one will be a lid like this, which is how you need to do it because it steams it as it cooks in the oven. Oh, shit, it's got dough on my phone. I should wash my hands first. Hey, I'm back. I again missed the timer. Was preoccupied. But this is okay because this is more proof that you don't have to be super scientific with this bread, except for the digital scale. That's the only sort of precision thing you need, I think, in my opinion. Hello. All right, one more handling. Yeah, this is good. It resists and then it returns to its form. I wish you could feel this. You will feel this when you do it yourself. But it's gone from that shaggy thing of last night to this like really heavy, alive thing. Look at it. Can you see how it sort of... I don't know if you can see how magical this is. Maybe. All right, there's two ways of thinking about the baking. Some people will preheat the oven for a long time and then put in the dough, and it sort of shocks it, I guess. Some people will put the dough into a cold oven and then turn on the oven so it slowly adds heat, it slowly rises. And that's what I like to do. I like the slow heat. And then it also counts as the final rise. So kind of like handle it again and make the seam that you make go downside. I probably should have oiled the side. I'm gonna do that now. So the silicone protects the bread from sticky to the bottom, but if you add some oil, it also, because this bread will get bigger, it'll make it easier to remove from the loaf. I should have done this earlier, but I'm gonna do it now. Everything smells so good. Olive oil, it smells peppery. All right. Stay. All right, and then the lid will go on. And that will, like I said, steam it. And then we'll take the lid off, and that will give it a darker crust, so you don't have like a, so it gives it a really nice crust. And then we'll take it out and put it directly on the, after it's cooked, mostly. And that's why these are good, because it helps you take it out while it's fucking hot. You don't want to burn yourselves. You don't want to burn your paws. One more thing, hold on. Oh, where are my scissors? Hold on. Here they are. All right, these are kitchen scissors. I got them in a Asian market. They're good for cutting the tails off a fish if you buy a whole fish. And they're also good for this, because this is hard to do with the knife, it gets sticky. But if you cut it, when the bread expands, it'll have a place to go. because otherwise you might have like, it'll create its own crack if you don't do it for it. All right, so it's gonna go in the cold oven now. Lid on. All right, it's been in here for half an hour in the cold oven, and now it gets the heat added. Are you on? Yes. And today's an awful day to be making bread. I didn't look at the temperature before I started, but it's gonna be like 91 degrees plus 485. I suffer from my craft. All right, this is embarrassing, but the timer I didn't set it, or I don't know what. This is like such an unscientific recipe. I'm so sorry. But if it works out, it should give you confidence. You know, you can do this. The reason I'm taking it is I smelled it. It's hot. So the thing now to do is to take the lid off. Woo! Man, yeah! Oh, fuck yeah, look at this. It rose, and you see, it's good we made these incisions because it tried to go even more. All right, I don't think it needs this high heat anymore because I probably overcooked it. So I'm gonna, yeah, turn it down. Where? Yeah, hold on. I think it needs to come out of there because it already was browned. The purpose of the second lid off cooking, which I'm embarrassed. I'm trying to make a recipe for you, and I missed the timer after 30 minutes. I was supposed to take off the lid for 15 minutes so it would brown, but I accidentally left it in there the entire time without the lid off. Not a big deal, I guess. But now let's turn it down to 400. And take it off out of the oh, it's hot. Take it out of there. Yeah, this is almost done. All right. Like, oh, you know what I should do? I should take the temperature of it. This is another thing you might consider getting, a digital thermometer. As slapdash as I've been, it is actually helpful to have some precision, like the grams. Also the temperature, so when it gets to 205 degrees, it's cooked, and you can, on the back of it, and if it makes a hollow sound, it's probably done, but like right now I have doubts because, yeah, you saw, if you've been watching, you know I have doubts. So I'm gonna measure the temperature, and if it's done, maybe it can come out already. This is like $9.99.99. Not a big investment, but it'll save your bread. What am I doing? I'm not gonna stick my head in the oven. I'm not the witch in Hansel and Gretel. Although I did play that in the 2nd grade. I was happy to be the villain. Oh. Hold on. Yeah, it's almost done. It's 201 degrees. 205 to 210 means it's done. So I'm really glad I took the temperature, because if I had left it in there for 15 minutes, it would be... So I'm gonna put it in. This time I'm gonna make the oven turn off, because I obviously can't be trusted with things like this. I'm gonna just do 5 minutes. Okay. And then the oven will go off. So even if I'm distracted, it's okay. All right, I actually did not let myself start any other project. I just waited here. Now it rests. There you go. It rests for 2 hours, and then you can cut it open. And it's gonna be so good, even with all the mistakes I made. Well, not mistakes. Alternative calculations. And this will show you even you. I mean, this should be in your life, because it's good, it's healthy, and it's forgiving. I will give you the recipe. Just keep in mind that the recipe is ideal, and even if you mess it up a little bit, you'll still have a really good loaf of bread. All right, I guess this is it until I cut it, and that's not gonna be for a while, so bye. All right, the recipe says to wait for 2 hours, but you know what? The recipe says a lot of things that we haven't followed. I'm hungry. It's been an hour. It smells so good. And I'm curious, like, is that also a hard and fast rule, or is it one that's ideal, but if you don't follow it, you still get yummy stuff out of it? So that's what we're gonna do is, yeah, cut the bread and see if it's gummy or if it's yummy. Ooh, gummy or yummy? Where's my knife? Oh, here. Ding. All right, calm down. You're about to get bread, just calm down. I'm gonna cut it in the middle, so you can see it, instead of cutting it here, which feels too hard right now. So what do you think? Will it be gummy or will it be yummy? Oh, both. Yeah, I probably should have waited a little bit more, but it's still gonna be yummy. What they mean by gummy is a little bit of it sticks together still. I don't know the science, man. It just needs to, whatever. It's still so good. And look, you can see the holes in it from the magical yeast and from the folding. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Oh, I'm doing this wrong too. Hold on. It's not good etiquette to put your hand directly on the bread. Hold on. So, when you cut bread like this, put a little cloth on it. And hold the cloth. That way everybody's got dignity. eating it, just keep the cloth over it and keep it at room temperature. Don't put it in the fridge, and eat it within 3 days, or give it to your friends. And after 2 days, you might want to start toasting it. For right now, you don't need to toast that. You need to eat that. Diamonds they fade, flowers they bloom. I don't have butter right now. I'm gonna put some cream cheese on it. Oh, that smells good. I'm gonna do half and half. Half just. Normally I would just eat it, but I'm very hungry. I haven't eaten all day. All right. First, I'll take a bite of the normal bread and then the calorie-rich side. Yeah, I should have waited another hour, but this is still really good. Do wait 2 hours if you can stand it. This will be better. But this is still really, really, really good. You can stop watching now. This is just gratuitous bread eating footage. Oh, I'll make another little thing about how to make the sourdough. It'll take you like a week to make it. Or if you have a friend who has starter, hit me up, hit her up, hit him up, hit them up. It's easy to share. They'll just give you like, you know, I don't know, a big fat spoonful of it, and then you can add water and flour to that, and then you've got your starter. Or you can make it from scratch, which takes 7 days, like I said. Or you could even use the last of your commercial yeast to make like a normal boring loaf of bread. And then use like a chunk of that dough before you bake the bread to use as starter, like the old bakers used to do. Oh, this knife is dull. This is dangerous. You know what? I'm going to show you right now how to do it. Since I'm here and you're here, if you are here. But first. All right, this is so easy. You will enjoy it. You'll enjoy this. All right, so it's gonna be as thick as, I almost said pineapple, thick as pancake batter. I didn't measure it, but if you are gonna measure it, it's roughly half each, half flour, half water. stir it up. And then keep it at room. I'm not gonna knock, because that'd be really loud and annoying. Leave it at room temperature, not tightly covered, but a little bit covered, like a cloth, like this, except I'm using that for instructional purposes. I'll do this. Cloth. Just leave it out, and then every day for a week, every morning you'll come, you'll say, "Oh, good morning," and you'll take out a spoonful of it, and then add equal parts flour, equal parts water, stir it up. If you didn't remove part, you would just like have so much, it'd be too much. Also, you would starve it. So starve the yeasties, because there would just be too much competition. So every day, take out a couple tablespoonfuls, and then add back a couple tablespoonfuls of flour and water. And then after a week, you should have, after like day 4, you should start seeing bubbles and smelling it. And after a week, you can just put it in your fridge and then use it to bake every week or so. And then that will perform the function of removing half and feeding it. And if you don't bake, you should remove half, replenish, remove and replenish. And then you can just like bake on a dime, man. It's so great. And if you don't want to spend a week doing this, you should seriously ask anybody who has any starter to give you some, because they have it and it's easy to, and it's nice to give. And it's easy for them. It's like not a hardship. They just give you some and then they replace, and it just keeps growing. All right, my friends, it's Michael Lick.